with the teaching theme, I want to take you to India and to Hyderabad and to a very airy, whitewashed lecture theatre that didn't have very many windows, but it had a door open, and it was crowded with students, and the students were all in saris and wearing the whites of India. And the impression one has when one walks into that environment is, I'm so white. And their skin was so brown, and they were so lovely, and they'd asked me, I'd given a lecture on Chaucer the day before, and they'd said, now we want a lecture on Irish poetry. And I panicked because I don't know my Yeats very well. I thought about Carson, and I did talk about Carson a bit, but...
and you don't know me that.
I know the colour of your skin, Kieran. And so I had brought with me a bunch of copies of Blackbird's Nest, which I'd given out to the English department in Hyderabad. Everyone turned up. This packed lecture hall had photocopies of the bits of the Blackbird's Nest that they found very good. And I talked through a number of the poems and poets. But the one that really appealed, and the one I'll always remember, was the one that was written by our next speaker, Leontia. And it's a poem called By My Skin.
I should have memorised the order. Because I was thinking,
I know, you couldn't work it out. You didn't know why I asked you, did you? Leontia didn't know that story, by the way.
No, I didn't. I thought you asked me because you liked the story behind this poem about...
Oh, I like it too, yeah.
Yes, my parents both sang at me a lot, like at rather than to, I think, when I was young, and I used to think it was because they were insane. But I now realise that you just do sing, because I had a baby, and you just sing because you don't know what else to do. And makes it easier. La, 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 I don't have any idea what I'm doing. So, but, and I know John, who was very supportive about the whole baby thing, actually, I think, as was everybody in the Heaney Centre, which I'm very grateful for. My dad used to sing a song before I went to bed about a child who died in his sleep, which I was a really bad idea. And, it was very elliptical, so it was about all the toys waiting for the little boy to wake up, which he never did. And that's not a good song. And I will make a point note on that. So, and yes, so it's called By My Skin. And I have eczema, that's what it's about as well. By My Skin. Mr. Bennet in Pride and Prejudice, the musical, my father communicates with his family almost entirely through song. From the orange linoleum and trumpet-sized wallpaper flowers of the late 1970s, he steps with a roll of cotton, a soft shoe routine, and a pound of soft white paraffin. He sings Oft in the Stilly Night and Believe Me of all those endearing young charms. He sings Edelweiss and Cheek to Cheek from Top Hat. Disney animals are swaying along the Formica sink top where he gets me into a lather. He greases behind my knees and the folds of my elbows. He wraps me in swaddling clothes. Then lifts me up with his famous high-shouldered shuffle. Yes, sir, that's my baby, to the candlewick bunk. The air is bright with a billion exfoliate flitters as he changes track, one for his changeling child. Hold up your head, my bonny wee lass, and dinna look so shy. He sings, Put your shoes on, Lucy, don't you know you're in the city? He sings Boule Vogue and Can't Help Loving That Man of Mine, and Lily the Pink and The Woods of Gortnamona. He sings The Lights Are Fading, Sleeve Namon, and about the boy blue who awakens to angel song. My father is Captain Von Trapp, Jean Valjean, Professor Henry Higgins, gathering his repertoire with the wheat germ and the cortisone like he's gathering up a dozen tribute roses. Then, taking a bow, he lays these just so by my skin, which gets better and worse and worse and better again. Thank you very much.